What's up, everybody? It's your boy Zeek here. This video, I know it's a weird video to do, considering that four teams that are playing to go to the Super Bowl play today, actually, because it's 2:24 a.m. Are gonna play for the chance to play Minnesota for the Super Bowl. I might do a video tomorrow about Super Bowl predictions after the game. I don't know. I have work, and then I'm trying to go over to a friend's house to watch the games. I just want to watch some great football. Very excited for both of those games. I actually am going to be getting off around the second half time of the Patriots and Jaguars game. So hopefully, uh, you know, I can watch the good part of that third and fourth quarter. But moving on from that, I wanted to do this video in tribute to Fredo Santana and kind of give you some background information on why Fredo Santana is respected so much, not in just in his home city of Chicago, but also worldwide, especially from street people from the streets and from the hood. So first, I'm going to read this article via TMZ. I'm actually on DJ Academic's page, reading the report of his death. Story via TMZ. Rapper Fredo Santana died Friday night from a seizure, family members tell TMZ. The Chicago rapper, who was cousin of Chief Keef, was at his LA home Friday, where told his girlfriend came over at 11:30 p.m. and found him dead on the floor. Santana had been hospitalized recently for liver and kidney problems he's been battling for months. The rapper had talked openly about his lean addiction, and we've reported way too many times lean can trigger seizures. He had an 8-month-old son named, I believe, Legend Santana. Fredo was 27, RIP. So I'm going to finish that off. Well, instead of saying RIP, I'm going to say rest in glorious. It's a term I use when I know somebody or somebody famous that dies. I don't like saying RIP. I like because that's too plain and too basically. I say rest in glorious or glow in peace. So talking about Fredo Santana. Well, starting off, if you know me, a lot of my friends they like making fun of me and stuff like that because I'm a very big Chicago drill scene fan. And it's funny because me myself, I'm not even from the streets. I'm from a nice area in the Baltimore County area, and I'm not from the streets. My mom's side of the family's from the west side of Detroit, which is pretty rough. My dad's family's from Baltimore City, but me myself, I was raised in a pretty nice environment. So I don't know what makes me so intrigued by these guys in their life, but I just have so much respect for them, usually because of where they've come from and how big they've got it. And Fredo is the true embodiment of that. Him, Chief Keef, and Lil Durk. Even some other guys that you can even say Famous Dex, because you look at Famous Dex, you would think probably this guy's from the suburbs or something like that, but he's from the South Side Chicago, Englewood, the most dangerous area in Chicago, and he's seen a lot as far as I could probably imagine. So Fredo Santana, he was so respected and loved by his peers because Fredo is what you would consider an OG, and not just a regular OG, a classic OG, which might sound kind of repetitive, but that's how just real he was. Fredo Santana, and I'm going to say this right now to get it out the way, there has been some stuff that Fredo Santana has done that I did not agree with and I didn't like. I'm not going to get too much into it, but even just recently I was kind of talking down about Fredo because of something to do with one of his close friends that is in jail, and he's apparently been trying to get in contact with him and Chief Keef so they could help pay his appeal. And as far as I know, nothing happened. But I don't know. I don't know what's been going on in his life or went on in his life because I'm not him. But it's funny because in Chicago, when an when your opposition dies, when a rival gang member dies, the first thing you do is find a way to disrespect them. the most classic term they use in Chicago nowadays is smoking blanks. You know, for people that don't know this, the term smoking Tuka that Chief Keef has been saying since he came out in 2010 isn't a term that he just found out or just created when he was high. Tuka is a person. His name was Shondell Gregory. He's from the south side of Chicago, and he was killed via gun violence at a bus stop, I believe near his home or in his neighborhood. And you know, I don't really know who to believe, because if you ask Chief Keef and Fredo Santana's oppositions and stuff like that, their rival gang members, they'll say we started disrespecting their dead homies because they started disrespecting ours first by saying smoking tube and stuff. Recently, just last week, I saw Tay 600 say that they were disrespecting their dead homies way before Tuka was killed and things. So I personally don't know, but that's what you do. Now, FBG Duck, a lot of people probably, if you're not a Jersey fan, you're not gonna know who he is. He is a Tukaville member, a die-hard Tukaville member. Apparently, he knew Tuka. He grew up with him. That was his homie. They did the stuff that friends do, and that's how it was. He went out of his way. Or not, I don't want to say went out of his way because it's just a post, but he posted a picture of Fredo Santana and said, even with how forever long we've been beefing, you never disrespected Tuka or said you were smoking him or anything like that. And I actually want to find the actual post so I can read it and kind of explain it, because there has been kind of a little bit of miscommunication. A lot of niggas gonna be like, damn, what Duck on? Well, to let y'all know, I ain't even trying to be funny by posting this, but out of all the years we've been beefing, I ain't never seen or heard you say shit about Tuka. Plus, you was a street nigga. Only nigga from your side I can say was 100. Everybody fucked with your little bitch ass. I can't lie. Prayers go out to your family. I don't give a fuck about your homies. R.I.P. Fredo Santana. Hashtag still fuck the ops though. Hashtag big clout. So, if you know FBG Duck, you know anything about him, he's very disrespectful. He's very disrespectful. And the term "your little bitch ass" in Chicago, that's a term that friends or people, if you respect somebody, you'll use to them. You'll be like, "Oh, where your little bitch ass at?" and stuff. It's not used to be serious. When he was saying that, it's basically sarcasm. He's literally calling Fredo a real nigga. He even said himself right here. He was 100 ass nigga, and he was the only op he could respect. He literally said he's the only op he could respect. So that just proves how much of a street legend Fredo Santana is. As I said, if you're not that much of a drill scene fan and don't know a lot about it, you probably wouldn't get it like that. But this is just something you would never hear of. If Chief Keef, God forbid, if Chief Keef was killed or died, they would disrespect this man to a point of no return. And just for the mere fact that Fredo Santana is Chief Keef's cousin, you would think that they would disrespect Fredo. But this is how, as I said, how much love Fredo was. Fredo is a rapper, but I mean, no disrespect by saying this. Of course, he has, if you're a fan of that type of music, classics, or I would say he has the one song with Kendrick Lamar, probably his most famous song, called "Jealous." I love that song. I used to listen to it all the time in 9th and 10th grade. But Fredo didn't, as far as I know, Fredo didn't have a platinum record or anything like that. He just was so much loved, and it was just the wealth came from all the love he got. Kodak was saying, Kodak was very cool with Fredo. I'm pretty NBA YoungBoy said R.I.P. to Fredo. Uzi is cool with Fredo. Just so much love. XX Tentacion, he's cool with Fredo. Just so much love that this man got. I am not even going to lie. When I woke up this morning and went down my timeline on Instagram, almost every single post from my first hour being on there was about Fredo Santana. And some people are gonna say, "Oh, well, isn't that kind of expected because he's pretty famous?" But I didn't think it would be this much expected. Drake, which doesn't really surprise me because Drake's the type to pay his respects. And if you didn't know, Fredo Santana was in the "Just Hold On, We're Going Home" music video. He played a part in that music video. And he also was part of Drake's "Nothing Was the Same" photo shoot. So Drake posted a picture with Fredo Santana saying R.I.P. and that was very nice. Now moving on to Fredo Santana's death. So there are going to be some people out here that say, well, he was doing lean and he overdosed and people were telling him not to do it anymore and all that. Well, here's the thing about that. First of all, Fredo Santana did not directly overdose from lean. He didn't. He died from a fatal seizure via kidney and liver failure. Apparently, his organs were shutting down on him. If you guys didn't know, he was rushed to the hospital in October and nearly died. He said himself he nearly died one time his friend saw him having a seizure, blood was coming out of his mouth. Lil Reese tweeted today that Fredo literally told him on the phone a couple days ago, "I just almost died." And Reese said, "I thought he was playing, but he was dead serious." Now, I'm gonna talk about why, because to me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty smart guy. I can put things together. I can put A and B together. So Fredo Santana is from Chicago, Illinois. One of the most dangerous cities in America, probably even in the world. Its notorious nickname is Chiraq because one year it had more murders than Iraq itself. And, America makes it seem like the place you're supposed to be scared most to go to is Iraq. And Chicago had more murders than that. So, Fredo Santana is from there. Fredo Santana has had a lot of friends either die due to gang violence, die probably due to drug overdoses, and get locked up in prison, and he'd never be able to see again, face to face without a window separating them. So, Fredo has said himself he was a victim of PTSD. He himself said, doing all these drugs helped cope. It just helped him out with the pain and everything. Drinking lean, doing Xans. People wonder, oh, why do these guys do these jobs? When you really want to know the reason, is because they suffer from the same thing that a lot of people claim they battle with, and that they claim to have to deal with and everything. They suffer from depression and mental illnesses. Me myself being a victim of mental illnesses, I know exactly how these guys are feeling. But here's the difference between me and them. Quick little side note. Earlier today, today was a very sad day for me, or yesterday, whatever you want to call it. I also went to a funeral of one of my fellow class 2016 Newtown High School alumni named Cyril Jenkins. I wasn't even that cool with Cyril. We had a lot of classes together, but I'm not going to be the type to sit here and say that was my best friend, because he wasn't. He was a friend. He was a type, if I saw him, I would dap him up. He would dap me up. We would joke around in class. It wasn't we would make moves to hang out outside of school and nothing like that. But he was still, to me, a good friend. At his funeral, I didn't bawl out crying, but I did cry. I'm a very emotional guy. If you know me, you know I'm emotional. I cry easily. Seeing Cyril's lifeless body, seeing people that love Cyril, who were 10 times closer to him than me, cry like that. I looked at it like this. My closest friend in the whole wide world is Amir. If you know me, you know Amir is my twin. He's literally my backbone. Without Amir in this world, I don't know where I would be. I love him to death. That's my brother for life. I thought about it like, what if I lost Amir? And then looked and said, oh, that's what these guys are dealing with. So moving on from that, these guys from such as Fredo, as I said, he is losing at least probably what 4 friends a year, people that he knew, that he was close with, did stuff that the usual hood guy would do, smoke a blunt with, smash on a thotty with, do a drill with, fight some niggas with, did all that, and these guys are all just disappearing from his life, and he doesn't know what to do. So what does he do? He starts doing drugs. At first, it starts off with weed, and as much as people love weed, and I'm one of the ones, I don't want to get political, but I do think marijuana should be legal. Weed can still be a gateway drug, because what these guys do is they start smoking, and it only can do so much, and they said, man, this can't do it for me anymore. I know some friends, they've even said themselves, smoking, they just do it now just to do it, just like they can't function, or just it's not normal for them not to be high. So then you sit here and you say, oh, well, this isn't doing it anymore. Well, I'm going to start popping pills. I'm going to start popping Xans. I'm going to start drinking lean. I know this stuff could literally kill me. And Fredo, sadly, had to find out the hard way. But this stuff can literally kill me. But this is the only thing I could do to cope with my pain. To forget about my friends that I will never be able to see again and do all these things with. I don't think people realize how painful that is. Now, if you are one of those people that have dealt with that and can still go about doing drugs and have your own way of getting by without your friends that have passed away, more power to you. But there are a lot of people who don't and can't do it. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I have some friends I just couldn't imagine life without. Just thinking calling them and they wouldn't be able to answer the phone totally blows my mind. So just a couple different friends, and Fredo literally had went through that for years. He grew up in the south side of Chicago, and then even though he's famous, it's not the same, because you want to be there with those friends that you came up with. You want to be there with those friends that you were smashing on thotties with, that you were doing drills with, that you were smoking with back in the day when you guys didn't have anything. You guys had to share clothes because you guys literally didn't have any money. You guys had to rob people because you guys didn't have any money. And Fredo, yes, he did make it to buy a great house. He actually, I think, just bought a house last week in Los Angeles. Has a beautiful girlfriend, has a beautiful son. Just all of this, but you can't share it with those people that you starved with. You can't eat with them. They can't come to the table, and it messes you up mentally, and it forces you to drink lean, pop pills, pop Xans. It's just, that's what it does. And sadly, Fredo, he made a decision to stop, to cut those drugs out of his life. He decided just to smoke from now on, but the damage was already done. And if you're going to ask, well, if you're saying this, then how can we get these people to stop? What we have to do is we have to start recognizing mental illnesses much more than we do. We have to let these guys know you can get help. There isn't anything wrong with, I don't care if you're from the suburbs, I don't care if you're from the streets, there's nothing wrong with getting a therapist, getting a psychiatrist to prescribe you medicine that you can take responsibly. There's nothing wrong with that. Fredo Santana is a legend, but he might have been a sacrificial lamb that had to go, because it has to make us realize we need to help each other out. Okay? I'm the type, I've said a lot of stuff, done a lot of stuff I am not proud of, and I even know, I truly feel like if I were to die tomorrow, there will be people that would laugh or be happy at my death. And it might sound crazy, but I honestly feel like that. But I don't care, because I know it's not the same for them. I want everybody. I don't care who you are. If I get on your last nerves, okay, I get on your last nerves, but just know I am going to be here for you, and I will get you, and I will try to help get you the help you need. I will give you my psychiatrist information. I will give you my therapist information. I will talk to you myself. We have to move on. We have to stop letting these people do this. No, as I said, say no to these drugs. If you want to smoke a blunt every now and then, if you want to drink, take a shot, take as many shots as you want. Well, not as many, but take some shots. Okay, but there are some drugs you just have to say no to. And lean and Xans are two of them. Please, I am begging you, do not take this death lightly. This was a sign. Who would have ever thought it had been Fredo? Fredo. I woke up and I was in denial. Fredo was just one of those people. I could not see Fredo dying. I just couldn't. But it happened. Please, I'm asking everybody to remember this man and to remember him as the legend, but also learn from his mistakes. I beg of you. I'm going to end this off with Glow in Peace, Derick Coleman, known as Big Boss Fredo. Good night.